It was like, oh my God. So I did that until I started doing stand up on my own a few months later. Fast forward decades. I'm working regularly on the Mark Twain Prize at the Kennedy Center as one of the writers. And they're honoring George Carlin, who had passed away. He was being honored possibly. They announced he was accepting the award, and then he died. Joan was one of the people coming down to honor George with the Mark Twain Prize. And so she gets there and she says, I didn't really write anything. Can you match me up with a writer? So they put me in the room with her. She goes, your name is familiar. And I said, I wrote jokes for you a million years ago. So I'm sitting in the dressing room, like during rehearsal with Joan. And she has no material. She didn't bring anything. She goes, what makes you laugh? And I just said, the folly of the Holocaust. So she, oh, you got some balls. She goes, what's your phone number? I want to work with you. So I gave her my number. We wrote a very funny little thing for that night for the Kennedy Center. And she calls me the next day. And she said, I want to write with you. You're very funny. I'll never forget. I asked, I said, what are the boundaries? What's off limits? She goes, nothing. I said, what about Edgar's suicide? She said, I had 10 minutes before they closed the casket. I said, oh, I'm going to like this. I'm going to like this. And she and I just hit it off like we'd known each other for 100 years. It was just like, I'm talking to you like I know you intimately well for all my lifetime. It's just a conversation. And we just got along. And we had the same sensibility. And they wanted her to do a book. So we came up with this idea called I Hate Everyone Starting With Me. And we'd literally do it over I'd write something, send it to her. She'd write something, send it to me. We'd get on the phone and talk. And it became a New York Times bestseller immediately.